Good afternoon everybody, welcome to Classic Album and RTO with Ian. Today we have got a really different one. I do like other sort of music apart from my rock. Now and again an album comes along and you think, oh, that's got some great tracks on it, and this is one of them albums. Today we're looking at the soundtrack from Purple Rain from Prince and the Revolution. Absolutely brilliant album for lots of reasons. It's got some great guitar work on it. The production on it is very good, considering this was made in the 80s. And Prince to me I was not a great fan of Prince, but I appreciated the work that he done, and he did write some great tunes. This album in particular, he wrote 3 great singles. He was a fantastic guitar player and an all-round musician. You can't deny that, and there was a great sadness when he passed. So let's have a look at Purple Rain then. Purple Rain was actually the 6th album released by Prince. Released on the 25th of June 1984 by Warner Brothers. It's the soundtrack to the film of the same name, and it is the first album that his band, The Revolution, will actually build. They say this album's musically denser. It emphasises on full band performances, multi-layers of guitars and keyboards. Really well put together. Got to number 7 in the UK album charts and got to number 1 in the United States. Prince on here plays vocal, guitar, piano, various instruments. It's on the sleeves, vocals as well. He's also got Wendy Melvin on guitar and vocals, Lisa Coleman on keyboards and vocals, Matt Fink keyboards, Mark Brown on bass guitar, Bobby Z on the drums. We've got Novi Novog on violin and viola, David Coleman on cello, Susie Catterman cello. We've got Apollina on co-lead vocals, and Jill Jones doing backing vocals. So he's got a multitude of instruments on this album. Okay, the first track is the classic single Let's Go Crazy. I love the start of this, the church sermon bit. Then it goes into a great rock track. Absolutely brilliant. Love this track, always have. And what at the end, that great guitar solo from Prince. It's as good as any I've heard. Very, very, very good track. Okay, the second track, Take Me With You. This is very poppy, but it's well put together. A lot of thought went into this, and it's quirky. It's got a nice hook, and you can't get the tune out of your head. The Beautiful Ones. This shows Prince's versatility in singing. This is really an octave higher than he normally sings. Really weird and wonderful vocal on it. It's quite enjoyable, very well put together, and the arrangement is really good as well. Computer Blue. This is a very good track. It reminds me a little bit of Kraftwerk in places. Great keyboard sound on it. Fantastic track. Really, really good. Darling Nikki's the next track. Some nice guitar work on here from Prince. Very, very good. Nice little riffs in there. He's a very, very good guitar player. Really good, and a fine vocal performance as well. When Doves Cry, you get that little guitar bit at the beginning, and then you get that nice. Actually, there's a drum machine on this somewhere, and it sounds really good. It's a very catchy tune, and I love it. I Would Die For You. Don't like this one. This is probably the worst thing on the album. Never listen to it. Baby I'm a Star. It's not too bad. A little bit funky to me, poppy, but again well produced. Everything sounds clear and crystal. And then we get the finest track that he ever wrote, Purple Rain, of course. My favourite Prince song. It's one of them songs from the 80s that I always remember. Terrific songwriter. I don't mind this track at all. I just love it. Great guitar work. Sadly missed this guy is. Okay, this album is probably one of the better soundtracks from the 1980s for a movie. It's got some strong songs on it. I've seen the film a couple of times and it's an okay film, but I watched it purely on so I could get into the music, see where it comes. And as a soundtrack album, it fits everywhere nicely. Very, very underrated album, I think. And I give it an RTO ranking of 8.5. Okay, that was a little bit different. I like to put the different album in on a classic album just to get a bit of feel and around what else is out there apart from rock. It's all about the music. Okay, that's all for today. Tomorrow we've got some very short shows because unfortunately I've got a funeral to go to, but we are doing the crazy band from Sweden called Ghost. They're a weird and wonderful band, and Tomorrow's Retro is one of my favourite 80s 90s electronic bands. I've seen them, and that is Orchestral Manoeuvres in the Dark, or affectionately just known as OMD. So that's all for today. That's what we got tomorrow. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great Monday. Bye for now.